Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Lauren, and I'm really excited for today's video. In all honesty, I've wanted to film a sort of come and look at my sewing desk with me for probably over a year now, but in all honesty, it's just never felt true because I've never loved my sewing desk until now. I love watching these sort of things. I love watching sewing room tours. I love watching house tours, you know, all of that sort of thing on YouTube. So I wanted my own for my sewing desk. But as I say, I just haven't been happy with it. So I haven't felt like I can show it to you. That is until now. I'm finally in love with my sewing desk. You might have been able to tell if you've been a subscriber here for a little while and you've been watching my videos for a while. I never sit in the same room. You might have noticed that the background changes in almost all of my videos. My sewing machine will be in a different place in that room because I just cannot be restricted to the same place in a room. So I've devised a sewing desk that moves with me. It's portable, it comes wherever I want it to in the house, and it just works for me. So I've got this morning. I've literally set up my ring light and my tripod, and this is my sewing desk as is. I haven't even looked at it myself yet this morning, so this is as it sort of always is for me. So let me spin you around and we'll have a little tour of the sewing desk. So here's what she looks like on a regular day. So here is my sewing machine cover. I still need to add the ribbons on the side. If you watched my last video, you will know, but I still haven't done that. So my machine is in the top here. It's the Brother LS14. It's not a computerized sort of fancy sewing machine. It's pretty low budget, but I absolutely love it. She's a workhorse. Yeah, absolutely love her. So if I pop her off the top there, this is what I have underneath. So this is a sort of craft cart trolley type thing. I think this one was actually from Amazon, but you can buy them from Hobbycraft and lots of other places, just a 3-tiered trolley on wheels. On the top here, as sort of my desk topper, I've got this cart lid, I suppose, cart topper, and again, that was from Hobbycraft. You can lift that out, and I've placed this underneath. This partly acts as stability to make sure that that tray doesn't fall into here, but that was sort of by mistake. And it's also just got my bits and bobs in there. So as I say, I haven't even looked at this morning, so it is a real mishmash, but I've got some spare needles, some tester things from when my niece was with me, some more pins, tapes. You know how it is. There's probably a seam ripper in there somewhere, but all of my sort of essentials that I might need to hand. On the right hand side here, this is full of rubbish, and this is basically where all my strands, loose bits, offcuts of fabric, I chuck them in there and then I can throw them in the bin, saves them going on the floor, which is what I used to struggle with. And then in this pot here, this is just an anything pot. Again, there's a couple of loose strands, but I might chuck my seam ripper in there or my scissors or something like that. It's just got it to hand. It stops me putting it down somewhere else and losing it. Obviously, there's all this other space in the top here that I could utilise, but to be honest, I haven't found that I need it just yet. Coming down here, these tray toppers, again, they were from Hobbycraft. They are really affordable. So I've got pins, my pin bracelet, tape measure, and an empty bobbin. I mean, it's just everything that you seem to have to hand when you've got a sewing desk. Seam ripper, some spare buttons, and my scissors. Then under here, I got this clear organiser from B&M actually, and it fits the cottons in lovely. One thing that I did want to mention was these. So this is what they look like when they're taken apart, and essentially what they do is they pin the bobbin to the cotton, so that you've got it all together at all times. Let me just grab that one and show you again. So you always can match your bobbin to your cotton. Obviously, as you can see, not all of my cottons or my threads have a matching bobbin, but when they do, I've got the clips and I will pair them up. Back here I've just got some vintage threads, they're just for fun really, some spools that are sort of on their last legs, and some elasticated thread which is for shearing. Then I've got a tray here of empty brand new bobbins. How satisfying is that? I love that. Coming down to the third layer, as I say, this is a raw video. This is exactly as I found it this morning. I've got my scraps and my bits of fabric that are for my next projects. So sort of bits that I'm working on now and working on next. I've got my foot pedal and my plug for my sewing machine. And then randomly, I've got that non-slip mat. They can come in super useful. So that's just down there just in case. And there you have it. That's what she looks like when she's all set up and ready to start sewing. So I put my sewing machine cover underneath. It's slightly padded and it just absorbs some of that sound, which is one of the things that annoyed me about my sewing machine. And then as you can see, because it's on wheels at the bottom, I can just scoot it around, take it to another room and sew wherever I wish. And there we have it. So I hope you enjoyed that really quick whistle-stop tour as to what my sewing desk looks like. I might show you my fabric collection and my other bits and pieces, my other storage for sewing, if that's something that you want. If it is something that you want, do give this video a like and I'll be sure to film that one next for you. But yeah, it's basically practical. As I say, because I don't like sitting in the same place to sew every single time I've got a project on, I might want to go down into the living room so that I've got more floor space, or as I say, it might just be that the dogs or my other half are in a different room, so I either want to be with them or maybe don't want to be with them that particular day, so I can just move it around and it's wherever it suits me. Might even be a day that I'm doing maybe batch cooking down in the kitchen, which is something that I do quite frequently, and I might even take my sewing machine down into the kitchen with me so that I can sort of keep an eye on the hob if I've got things boiling, or maybe I've got things in the oven that are roasting, so I can keep an eye on those and I can just be finishing off a project in the corner. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I've got loads of other obviously sewing gadgets and bits and pieces like that, you know, your snips, your fray stop, other buttons, ribbons, all of those sort of things that I can show you in another video. But this is just my essentials. So if I've got a project, I can grab my fabric, grab this table, and I'm away. But yeah, I really, really love it. As you can probably tell, I'm quite enthusiastic about it. But it's just something that finally works for me, and I'm so pleased. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it too. I hope it's maybe given you some inspiration if that's something that you were looking for. I've just realised that my sewing machine actually matches the cover, and that was not intentional, but I'm going to pretend that it was. I've literally just tied that up now. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Hope it's given you some inspiration or some ideas as to storage, organisation, or even your very own portable sewing table. I will catch you in the next one. Leave comments down below if you've got any other suggestions for organisation ideas, or what do you do for your sewing table? Do you do something that's a little bit different to the normal? Let me know down below. Hope you enjoyed this video and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.